And we're back with Mara Batali, whose latest book. How many books have you written so far?
This is my 6th.
And that on top of running how many restaurants?
13.
And also doing television shows?
2.
And maintaining homes here and in Michigan?
Yes. I'm a busy guy. But I like
I'm happy to make it
them.
into the studio every day.
I got to tell you, I like every one of the things that I do. So when they get to be overwhelming or painful or difficult, then I will eventually have to start weeding. But right now, I'm still in the growth phase.
Well, what about the cooking part? Because in the beginning, that's what drew you to all of this. Do you get to the stove as much as you would like, or to the grill as much as you'd like?
Well, I can cook in any restaurant anytime I want. The beauty of it is I don't have to clean up very much.
The boss is here.
Yes.
Move over.
And one of the nice things about that is because I enjoy it so much, and it's good for the staff when I'm in there because they see how much fun you can have while still doing an excellent and efficient job, which is what the business is all about. It's finding the joy of doing something, but repetitively and quickly. And when they do that, that's good. That said, I cook a lot for my family at the house. I work in all the restaurants and all the recipes. We figure out what we're going to do, and then I hand it to the guys who really feel like they got the fire, and that makes me feel good.
In many families, it's the woman who does the cooking, and then for some reason, man takes over when it's grill time.
Grill or breakfast is kind of the men's job these days.
And why do you think that is? Is this a macho thing?
I think there's a component of macho to working with burning fire and hot iron and knives. But that said, I think it's also the dad kind of tries to give, or the man tries to give the woman a little bit of a break when it's much funner to cook, which is to say when everyone's having a great time on a Saturday afternoon and you drink a beer and you throw a couple of steaks on the grill. And that's kind of fun, and that gives dad a way to participate without dad having to wonder about next Tuesday's dinner in the middle of winter.
Although for people who don't do it a lot, the big fear is embarrassing yourself while you're trying to be a good host and lighting the fire at the same time.
Right. And the key to being a good host or hostess is always never try out new dishes on important guests, which is to say all of your guests. Try your dish at home with just your family until you get it down, so that also there's no trepidation when you're trying to entertain your guests and have a good time.
There's also there are certain techniques that people have to learn. And this is even just lighting the coals sometimes becomes a really tricky thing.
A thrill seeker moment.
Some people just pour all of that stuff on it and then light it and stand back and watch a big flame. But then there's that. What is that thing called?
A chimney.
A chimney.
That is without a doubt the best way to
That's
start.
what you would do it?
Absolutely.
And what about the difference between direct and indirect heat grilling? People really have to learn how to master that, don't they?
Well, I think one of the best things about a good grilled dish is a certain amount of char. Not burnt, but crusty and kind of salty and kind of expressing one of the components of the spectrum of flavor of, say, something like an asparagus or a steak or whatever it is. But understanding that if you leave it on that high heat, the char will become burnt and the inside will still be rare or raw is one of the hardest things for home grillers to figure out. And there are lots of books written by good people like Bobby Flay and Stephen Raiklen that help you understand all of those kind of things going on. And then it's just a question of mastering it and understanding you shouldn't have full-on infernal heat under every part of your grill, because every now and then you're going to have to pull something off, whether it's because it's flaming up or you just want it to slow down. And understanding that and getting the feel for that can be helped by following good cookbooks, but it's also a kind of touch that each individual Zen master needs to devise.
A Zen master.
Zen master.